पॉलिसी बाजार पर 1 करोड़ रुपए का टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस केवल 450 रुपए महीने से शुरू। वाव!
Center to deploy 1,800 additional force in Jammu's Rajouri. Deployment after recent terror attacks in Rajouri. Controversial order by Rajasthan's Anti-Corruption Bureau. Order states names of those caught in raids to not be made public. Order also says names to be made public after proven guilty in court. Drunken man urinates on Air India co-passenger, banned from flying for 30 days. Aviation watchdog seeks report. Autopsy report reveals brutality of Delhi hit-and-run case. 40 external injuries, brain matter missing. CCTV footage shows PCR van on the route. 22-year-old dies due to pothole in Chennai. Techie swerves to avoid pothole, run over. Protests as 4,000 Haldwani families face eviction. Top court to hear appeals against demolitions. High court ordered demolition of encroachments. UK PM Rishi Sunak's new push for math. All UK students will study some form of math till they are 18. Hello, I'm Sneha Koshi and we'll take you through all the top stories of the day. Starting first, the centre has decided to deploy more troops in Rajouri district of Jammu and Kashmir after recent terrorist attack on Hindu families in the region. Sources say 18 companies of CRPF, which is around 1,800 personnel, are being rushed to Rajouri. For more on this, we are being sent this report by my colleague Nazir Masoodi.
Well, if we see Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha, when he visited the area and met with the victim families, he said now the efforts will be taken to ensure that such an incident is never repeated. So that he was actually trying to send a message from the center as well, that look, we'll do everything possible to ensure that no such incident happens again. But this incident has actually upset, this terror attack has upset all the security calculation in Jammu and Kashmir. And now the center is rushing 1,800 more CRPF personnel to deploy them in Rajouri region. Despite the fact there's a massive presence of the CRPF army, BSF and also Jammu and Kashmir police in the area and across Jammu and Kashmir. As you were mentioning earlier, you know, there is a massive CRPF presence already in Jammu and Kashmir. Almost 1/3 of the entire strength of CRPF is deployed in Jammu and Kashmir, which is more than 70 battalions. And this is second time in last more than 1 year when the center has rushed more troops to Jammu and Kashmir.
Okay.
Early October 2021, when there were target attacks on some Kashmiri Pandits and the Hindus in the valley,
Right.
rushed 6 battalions of the security force, paramilitary force to Jammu and Kashmir. So this would be the second time, and this also shows the seriousness of the center. At the same time, it also is a challenge to them when they were talking about that all the parameters shows that the security force have absolute control and the militancy is on its last leg.
Absolutely.
This is actually a question mark.
And there seems to be a controversial order out by the Rajasthan Anti-Corruption Bureau. And for more on this, I'm being joined by my colleague Harsha Kumari Singh. Harsha, so now accountability even more ambiguous among the forces?
Well, yes, the order by the Rajasthan Anti-Corruption Bureau is basically a direction to all ACB officials that when they carry out decoy operations. Now, usually these kind of operations are when they either trap someone accepting a bribe or they trap them in, other ways where they're doing some kind of a corrupt practice. So this kind of a decoy operation where these people are caught red-handed. Now, well, the Anti-Corruption Bureau chief now wants these people's names not to be revealed and their photographs not to be revealed in the media until they are proved guilty. However, there is a rider that if the designation and the name of the department is revealed, that is all right. But the personal identity, the name and the photograph should not be revealed. Now, obviously, this is a controversial order. The BJP has been quick to attack the government. We are yet to get an official response from the government, but we do have a copy of the order. But the BJP has been quick to attack the government and has called them, has alleged that the Congress is actually going to be shielding the corrupt rather than being exposing them. And like I said, the Congress government yet to react on this.
Right. Thank you, Harsha. Harsha Kumari Singh giving the details of this controversial order by the Anti-Corruption Bureau in Rajasthan. And moving on, in the horrific death of a 20-year-old Delhi woman dragged by a car for over an hour on January 1st, there are more indications that the occupants of the car knew she was caught in the axle but kept driving, crushing her in the most horrific manner. Sources have also claimed that 9 police control room vans, 9 vans chased the car but failed to catch it. Questions now being raised against how the police acted in this manner, or many blaming that the delay in acting. There have been twists and turns. Autopsy reports have shown grave extents, in fact horrific extents of injuries, ribs exposed, brain matters, missing around 40 external injuries.
लड़की नशे में थी बहुत ज्यादा, लड़की गाड़ी के नीचे आ गई। लड़की बहुत ज्यादा नशे में थी, लड़की गाड़ी के नीचे आ गई। ठीक है, लड़की की गलती है जो लड़की इतने नशे में ड्राइविंग कर रही है। मैंने उसको मना करा कि मत कर मत चला, मैं होश में हूँ, मेरे को चलाने दो। उसने मेरे पे विश्वास नहीं करा, उसने अपने आप पे विश्वास करा कि नहीं बहन तू घेर देगी मुझे, मैं चलाऊंगी। मैंने कहा ठीक है।
मैम अल्कोहल पाया जाता तो इसमें लिखा होता कि केमिकल वहाँ पर जो है अल्कोहल मिला है। अगर उसमें स्टमक में वो ये कह रहे हैं सिर्फ फूड पार्टिकल मिला है, मतलब कि अल्कोहल कहीं से कहीं तक नहीं था।
This friend of the victim, Nidhi, she was tracked down by the police, and the police have recorded her statement. Now, in her statement, she said several important things. One, of course, she said yesterday to the police that it was the fault of the driver of the car, which is the accused, and it was because of them that the accident actually happened. Contrary to what the accused told the police, the accused, of course, said that it was because of the negligence of the victim that the accident actually happened. As far as this girl is concerned, remember, we spoke to a lot of people living in that particular area. In fact, we reported from her residence today, and we spoke to neighbors, etc. as well. And they, of course, said that they were not aware of this girl before the incident actually came to light. So neighbors, of course, saying that she came to this locality, Sultanpuri, which has been in the news for all the wrong reasons. She came to this area only 2 to 3 months back, in fact. And now, of course, the victim's family is saying that we do not believe this girl. Remember, we spoke to the victim's family also in detail. We spoke to her grandmother as well. And they said that we do not know of this girl. We did not even know that she was Anjali's friend. So of course now the family is saying that her claims are to be taken with a pinch of salt, particularly because she ran away from the spot. She did not inform the police. She did not even inform the victim's family after they met with that absolutely horrific accident. Now, as far as Anjali being drunk, or the victim being drunk, is concerned, remember the post-mortem report which we accessed today. The post-mortem report does not in fact confirm the presence of alcohol. So that is significant to be pointed out. So meanwhile, of course, the victim's friend says that she was drunk, but the post-mortem report rules out the possibility of Anjali, the victim, being drunk. Several important developments today that happened. One, of course, was the autopsy report, which reveals the sheer brutality of the incident, because remember, it shows that brain matter was missing, the base of her skull was fractured, her spine was fractured, she had abrasions all over her body, and of course the fact that she had 40 external injuries, all of which collectively are likely to have caused her death. In fact, shock and hemorrhage finally caused her death. The other important thing is that CCTV footage, in fact, that you were also mentioning. So that, of course, shows a police control room van on that very route where the victim was dragged. So of course that raising larger questions about why this horrific incident actually took place despite heavy police presence.
And Aam Aadmi Party protests were held against Delhi Lieutenant Governor and Delhi Police. Aam Aadmi Party demanded Lieutenant Governor's resignation, alleging political cover-up of Anjali's case, that is the 20-year-old woman who died in the hit-and-run case in Delhi on 1st of January. The Delhi police says the negligence of cops is also being probed. And as protests step in Haldwani in Uttarakhand over an anti-encroachment drive, the Supreme Court has agreed to hear a plea on this on Thursday. The pleas are challenging the Uttarakhand High Court's order directing the removal of encroachments from 29 acres of railway land in Haldwani. Thousands of people in Uttarakhand's Haldwani have taken to the streets in a bid to protect their homes after they were served eviction notices and given time till Sunday to leave.
एसएसपी ने कहा कि स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने एक निर्णय लिया है। उस समय की स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने 2016 में, इत्तेफाक से वो कांग्रेस की गवर्नमेंट थी, उन्होंने एक विधानसभा में एक्ट पास करवाया, एक बिल पेश करके एक्ट का रूप लिया, जिसमें मलिन बस्तियों के सुधार और मलिन बस्तियों में रहने वालों लोगों के पुनर्वास का और उनके बसासतों के रेगुलराइजेशन का मामला था। आई स्टिल होप that the chief minister will see the light, and it is rather it will tarnish the image of our state. हम एक देवभूमि हैं, उदारता हमारी संपत्ति है, मानवीय संवेदनाओं से भरपूर ये राज्य है, और यहाँ जब 52,000-54,000 लोग, जिनमें से 10,000 के करीब लोग वृद्ध हैं, महिलाएं हैं, गर्भवती महिलाएं हैं, अपंग लोग हैं, छोटे बच्चे हैं, जब वो इस कड़कड़ाती ठंड में सड़क में आएंगे तो हमारे राज्य के जो मानवीय चेहरे, देवत्व का चेहरा है उत्तराखंड का, उसका क्या होगा? उसके लिए मैंने मुख्यमंत्री से हाथ जोड़ करके अपील की है।
सही मायने में एक बहुत मानवीय त्रासदी हो जाएगी अगर घर गिरते हैं, क्योंकि अभी तक प्रशासन के पास में, ये इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूँ त्रासदी हो जाएगी क्योंकि अभी तक प्रशासन के पास में ब्लूप्रिंट नहीं है कि आखिर अगर घर गिराए जाते हैं कल को तो कहां पर इनको ठहराया जाएगा, खाने पीने का क्या प्रबंध होगा, क्योंकि 50,000 से ज्यादा आबादी है, तो कड़ाके की ठंड पड़ रही है। लेकिन इसमें सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि ये 2013 से पूरा मामला शुरू हुआ, जब एक अवैध खनन का मामला नैनीताल हाईकोर्ट में पहुंचा और नैनीताल हाईकोर्ट ने ये कहा कि आप पता करिए कि रेलवे को और स्थानीय प्रशासन को ये निर्देश दिए कि आप पता करिए कि कहां पर अतिक्रमण है, ये क्यों खनन हो रहा है। उसके बाद में रेलवे को अपनी 78 एकड़ जमीन की याद आती है और फिर जो है 2017 में रेलवे ये कहती है कि 4,365 जो घर हैं वो अवैध हैं और उनकी जमीन पर बसा हुआ है। लेकिन ये इस मामले में अनोखा है कि उसी जमीन पर रेलवे के 2 बड़ी पानी की टंकियां सरकारी बनी हुई हैं, 4 सरकारी स्कूल बने हुए हैं, डिस्पेंसरी बनी हुई है, और आप समझ सकते हैं कि इतने पुराने मकान बने हुए हैं, 60 साल से ज्यादा समय से रह रहे हैं। शोएब भाई हम हमारे साथ में हैं, ये बताएंगे। देखिए इस तरीके का नक्शा है इनके पास में, जिसमें ये दिखाया गया है कि और हल्द्वानी के जो रेलवे स्टेशन है उसके आसपास कौन कौन सी जमीन है इसमें शोएब भाई, और कब कब अतिक्रमण से हटाया गया?
ये हल्द्वानी रेलवे स्टेशन है। अच्छा। और पहले 2007 में एक बार यहाँ पर रेलवे ने और प्रशासन के साथ में हटाया था, तो इसके आसपास की जो जगह थी उस जगह को खाली कराया गया। रेलवे ने कहा ये जगह हमारी है, और वो जगह खाली हो गई थी और जगह पर लोगों ने पोजीशन ले लिया था रेलवे ने, लेकिन बाद में वो जगह फिर छोड़ दी, उनकी यूज में नहीं थी। फिर कुछ लोगों ने आ गया, फिर वहाँ दोबारा बसे गए। तो ये एरिया जो है टोटल, कभी उन्होंने पहले जो मांग करी थी 2013 की बात है, उस टाइम उन्होंने कहा था ये एरिया यहाँ रेलवे स्टेशन से लेकर यहाँ तक इस जगह तक ये ट्रैक चल रहा है, ये पूरा ट्रैक जो चल रहा है, ये 2.2 किलोमीटर का एरिया है अगर लेंथ वाइज हम बात करें तो। इसमें उन्होंने 29 एकड़ की बात करी है 2013 में। अच्छा। कि हमारी 29 एकड़ लैंड रेलवे की है, तो 29 एकड़ की अगर बात करें तो 29 एकड़ लैंड का पूरा कब्जा रेलवे के पास है। अच्छा। मुश्किल से 1.5 या 1.8 एकड़ लैंड ऐसी है जिसमें इंक्रोचर्स हैं, वो मानते हैं।
हमारा कहना यह है कि हमने जो है रेलवे की जगह में कोई इंक्रोचमेंट नहीं किया गया है। सरकारी आदेशों के मुताबिक सरकारी पट्टों के हिसाब से रह रहे हैं। मेरे हाथ में जो है पेपर हैं, सरकार ने जो इसका सर्वे करा करके हम लोगों को पट्टे दिए हैं। ये देखिए सर, ये सर्वे करा हुआ पेपर है। ये
हमारा यहाँ का 100 साल पुराना इतिहास है। हमारे दादा परदादा सब यहीं रहते थे, तो हम भी यहीं रह रहे हैं। और ये रेलवे की ज़मीन नहीं है, ये इसमें तो आप राज्य सरकार की ज़मीन है। ये निरूल पे पट्टे हुए हैं, कस्टोडियन की प्रॉपर्टियां हैं। यहाँ पे जो शत्रु संपत्ति थी, जो लोग पाकिस्तान चले गए थे बंटवारे के टाइम पर, गवर्नमेंट ने उस संपत्ति का भी यहाँ पे जो ऑक्शन किया था, लोगों के उसके पास कागज भी हैं। हमारा मकान भी यहीं इसी लाइन में है आगे।
A drunk man who urinated on a woman, co-passenger in the business class of an Air India flight in November and left without facing any action has been banned from the airline for 30 days. The story, which was first reported by the TOI, the Times of India, has caused huge outrage, and Air India today said it has also filed a police complaint and recommended that the unruly flyer be placed on the no-fly list.
On the 26th of November, a passenger unzipped and urinated on a co-passenger who was a senior citizen. She complained to the crew, who made her sit elsewhere, but no action was taken against the passenger, who was apparently drunk when the flight arrived in Delhi. There were no arrests. That senior citizen wrote to the chairperson of the Tata Group the following day. An FIR has now been filed against the offending passenger. The airline has put him on a 30-day no-fly list, and they forwarded his case to the Director General of Civil Aviation. The DGCA itself has also sought a report from Air India after this report. Significantly, in a statement, Air India has admitted that there were internal lapses in how this situation was handled. They say, we've also constituted an internal lapses committee to probe the part of Air India's crew and address the deficiencies that delayed quick redressal of the situation. We're also in regular contact with the aggrieved passenger. Now, Air India is trying to sort out that situation, but what we can tell you is this is in fact the latest incident in which the conduct of Indian passengers has come into sharp focus. Remember, on the 26th of December, a group of passengers beat up a co-passenger on a Bangkok to Kolkata flight on Thai Smile after he refused to make his seat upright before takeoff. On the 16th of December, video emerged of a heated altercation between a stewardess and a passenger on an Indigo flight, where she's heard telling the passenger, "I'm not your servant." Just Google and you'll find many more such examples.